Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, today we are having a chance to go back in time. By that I mean just 1 week. Last week, of course, there were no shows while I was sorting out my system, and so the top performing map of the moment wasn't even considered. But I did make a note, and it's this one. We've also got another one from last week coming up on Saturday's show. Saturday's the quirky day, the unusual day, the day where I can do things that don't normally get done. Saturday's map, I promise you, is outstanding. You really want to be here for that one. Today's map, obviously lacking a little bit of build space based on the real life location, the part of the world that the creator comes from. Now, we've not done this creator before. They have done one map about a year ago, so they're not the most experienced. They've done a really good job today. It's 100% vanilla apart from the theme and LUT. Mods are optional, but apart from the theme and LUT, 100% vanilla. And do you know what? They've done a really fine job, given the sort of map that it is and the fairly quick turnaround, as you'll see. But before we get started, we'll do one of these. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Coconut Islands by Mad, I tell you. Yes, I would say real life location. We'll actually have a look at Google Earth today just because it's going to be a short show. There's not too much to explore. What there is good standard. There's your start square. That looks pretty playable given the sort of map that we're looking at. There's your limited amount of build space. Lots of island hopping, ferries and barge mods is recommended as well. Resources, quite a lot of offshore stuff and a bit of forestry as well if you want to do it. Seems pretty neat. And then, of course, if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, a fishing map would be pretty ideal. I'd like to see a bit of tuna. Be nice to have a bit of tuna. Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, it's 100% vanilla. We'll be using the Seychelles map theme, the real neutral non-relight colourless LUT, and there's a nicely written description with suggestions for the mods that you can possibly use, including a one-click collection. Of course, in this one-click collection are a couple of mods that I don't use. I've got the old version of Daylight Classic, and I use Hide It instead of No Radioactive Deserts and more. But you don't need any of those mods, and you don't even need the theme of the LUTs. It does make it look much nicer though. Now, this is where we are in the world. We come down just off the coast here of the beautiful, beautiful islands. We got some more beautiful, beautiful islands. And this is, yeah, just so you know what we're looking at, there's some aquaculture going on in the actual real life world. And we've recreated that using vanilla assets quite well. Got some little piers as well to watch out for today, so look out for them. What made me chuckle though is the way that Google Earth, not so much the, yeah, look, there's your aquaculture. I'm not sure what it is in real life, but it's as close as I could get. But yes, apparently we've got some, what's it, crime? Is that crime with those red buildings? We need the police station on that island, please. Please sort it out, guys. Anyway. Not too much to see today because obviously it's mostly sea today, but we've got a lot of the brand new content creator trees which are available to all of us. Thank you, Mr. Maison, for making them available. Hopefully they've greased your palm with gold pieces of 8. It's sort of like, it could be Pirate Islands, couldn't it? That's more Caribbean, I guess, than Indonesia. But yes, this is it. I think this is Indonesia. I never know where the line is between Indonesia and Malaysia. Like every time I look, I forget a minute later. But yes, it's kind of like drawing the border between England and Scotland. I couldn't draw you the exact line, but I could roughly. And that's my own country. Anyway, we have an outside connection which leads over to the islands over here. So if you don't want to rely on shipping, you don't have to. However, if you want to rely on shipping and you don't want an ugly outside connection, our outside connection is very tidily tucked down underneath this rock here. So if you want the tunnels, just delete the rock and you are good to go. And if you do want the tunnels, you don't want the tunnels, then that's actually very nicely hidden. I'm very happy with that. I think of another island map that did something very similar. Now, what map was that? Might be something to do with bonbons. Anyway, we have got an extensive highway network over here on the islands. Look, okay, it's not meant to be a big... it's fine. It's beautifully what we've done. The hedges that are being used for detailing along here, just a little bit of glitchiness along the way that they join, but that is just the way that they join. We can't do much about it, really. And that's it. Shall we take an intermission?
Are you baffled by how YouTubers put detailing on their assets? Are you frightened that something called anarchy would break your game? Then you need the BonBonB's Beginner Guide to Anarchy. Click the information button now.
And so back to the shipping routes. So we have quite a few of them, and they're little branches that come in from the edge of the map with nice, really pleasing little arcs and curves. They get to all the areas that pretty much I think you're going to want without any risk of any shipping clipping, any collisions. It's just very neatly done. That's good work. Well done, Mad. Quite impressed. Water flow. Whilst there isn't a huge amount of water flow, if you do want to pump and draw and really pollute those waters, you can, because actually we're both sides of the island, so that is a neat little thing. So yeah, we don't need water flow, but if you I mean, please don't pollute the water. Find a way. Find a way. There are means and ways, of course. So anyway, let's take a little look. See, at the biggest island on the map, it's this little one over here. Liking the way that the tree detailing's been done. Disc of these have just been spammed, but we do have like the lush trees in the middle and the palm trees around the outside, and it's just subtle and simple, and I can't grumble. You know how much I like to grumble. Even the sand painting underneath the ocean is just well enough done, I feel. We have the aquaculture. Again, I'm not sure what this would be. I thought it was going to be something like kelp, but looking at those images of Google Earth, they do seem much bulkier. So I don't know what we're growing out at sea, but given that we've only got vanilla assets to work with, I think this is a pretty decent take on it. Then we have the main island, which is, like I say, not huge, but which you saw again in Google Earth. We have a decent size. Go for a detailer's build, guys. Do the detailer's build. We even got some. These piers have been very nicely done with the vanilla pillars, the vanilla pillars of the footpaths. They're done very well. They can look very glitchy. As somebody who's tried it myself, very easy to get them looking glitchy, but they didn't glitch. The hedges were a little bit troublesome just there on the left, but just a little. Look, listen, look. Look both ways. Hark. I'm not grumbling about it. I'm not grumbling. Just making it a minor note. Anyway, lots of little piers dotted around and done well. Here's the airport in real life, and guess what? We have airport DLC now. So if you want to do an airport and you want to use a DLC, that's the best place for that one. And then, like I say, lots of little piers dotted around on the little islands. The Seychelles theme's a really lovely theme, isn't it? It's just one of those themes that, on the right map, it just makes the map really come to life. And I think we've got a winner. I think we've got a winner here today. Another island over here. What's going on over here? Ah, yes. Now, if there's one place that those trees, if you use any tree with confidence out in the water, you can make it work. I don't know if they're on their own it really works. I think where they were clustered, those clusters, I think those little dotted ones, I understand we're trying to match the real life location. I get it. But I think maybe there are 1-2 places that it just doesn't quite do it for me. But hey, that's just me. You are well within your rights to completely disagree with me. Anyway, where were we? Back to Start Square, which means one thing. It's the asset of the day. Here's one from a creator we've not done before, Earlyrave. It's the modern warehouse. This is some more good work. Some minor, not quite Smiley's level standard issues here. Way better than I will ever be able to do myself. I would very happily use this building in my city, and I probably will. But yeah, it's good to see new creators coming through, and I'm sure their work will improve and improve and improve. Factoids, because factoids. Okay, the location roughly that we're at, Panjang Island, island located in the Jepara, central Java. The island has an area of 19 hectares and is located 1.5 nautical miles from Kartini Beach, Jepara. It has white sands, is surrounded by shallow seas and coral reefs, and has a tropical forest in the middle of the island with large trees interspersed with shrubs and bushes. Thank you very much, TripAdvisor, for giving me advice on the trip I won't be taking, the trip that we're on now. Modern Warehouse by Earlyrave. I like that. I will definitely use that on BonBon Island, despite my minor grumbles, because they're just minor. See, the problem is, when you've been doing this for so long, you're just looking for perfection all the time, and you don't need perfection. What you need is something that is more than good enough, and everything I've seen today is more than good enough. But do you agree? Is this a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen, or the link in the description. It will take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Gmail, Apple or a Patreon account. But what do I think of today's map? Well, aesthetically, I think we've ticked the boxes. Oh, remember, we're 100% vanilla. We've used the right theme, and we've used a very good LUT as well to work with it. So I'm all good with those. And I think this stands out as being a totally believable tropical island paradise. It's a winner. I'm going to go just slightly below middle 4. Just slightly below. Still like it. I like it a lot. I do. Detailing. The detailing is good, but given the sort of map that we're on, it's going to be difficult to really shine. I'm going to go 4 stars, but I'm going to go to the bottom end. But it's just limited by its own limitations, I feel. And gameplay potential, again, this is definitely for me 4 stars. The only thing that holds it back for me is I'd like a little bit more buildable space, but how do you do that without being true to the original? Coconut Islands by Mad. This is a very strong tropical island map, 100% vanilla, and do you know what? Given all of those things, definitely get my BonBonB seal of approval. I'd like to see more buildable space, but for what it is, and for what it's trying to do, it has absolutely knocked the ball out of the park. Well done, Mad. Well done. Good to see. Don't leave it another year to the next map. My followers will want another one from you very soon. In fact, I'll want one from you. Thank you. Anyway, who's the biggest fan here? Is it you? Prove it by proving that you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the word of the day in the comments to score yourself some population points just for fun, and I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series. Have a great day, and I'll see you again very, very soon.